Hey, I just want you guys to know first and foremost, you're fantastic. Thanks for sticking around through all of that's happening. Broadcasts sometimes can go a little over, and we've been waiting and for this moment. So we're thank you for your patience 100%, but it's time. And if you happen to forget or you're just joining us, we already saw one round go through. That was Just Breathe versus Fogs, and it was a 13-7 for Just Breathe, which was looking really solid out the gate already for Just Breathe because they were just shooting out on the attack. Quags came in, they almost closed the gap, but man, guys, Milky was scary on that op and shut it down for Fogs, unfortunately. So that was it right there with Just Breathe taking their first round and Fogs advancing in with a 0 for their second round. And now, for the start of the broadcast for our second round here, it's going to be Nothing to Lose versus 24 Haven. So let's talk about it a little bit. We've heard of 24, well, both of these teams, of course, but Nothing to Lose. We very great roster. We saw a lot of action out of them during the Game Changers event last month as well. And so here with the VCT Game Changers Academy, we've got things going down. So Delta, let's talk about it a little bit with Nothing to Lose and what are we kind of looking here and the rosters and it's kind of we got some new faces on board today.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, Nothing to Lose was kind of a project that was made a couple of months ago, and they've been running strong since then. So, between Ari Anarchis and Starry Bun, they've kind of worked together. We formed this team, and they've kind of been working through some players, and they have been doing quite well. So, they've been like top four in the Super Girl Gamer Pro series. They've been making their way through the Game Changers Academy and Game Changers series. And like you said, this time around, there are some new faces that we'll see. So, again, I do have high hopes for this team with their storied history.
Yes. So and you had mentioned a couple players from the original roster. Art Star as well, I believe, is we're getting a sub in for Art Star in Bob. So we're looking to seeing what she brings. And then I believe, is that going to be Marina and Lemon Oreo are the newest members to Nothing to Lose. So this is going to be pretty fantastic. You always love to see that. I know they're very excited for the new squad and gonna be able to see that executed just up shortly. But their opponents are going to be 24 Haven, also another new squad, Gumpers.
Yeah, they are a fairly new team. Their first game was Game Changers. The second one, which did happen a month ago, that it seems like they didn't necessarily make it out of qualifiers, but they did play the Soccer Cup. They did manage to make it out of groups, but they did fall to no shot 0-2. But being a fairly new team, making it out of groups is pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is. So while we're getting everything sorted for our matchup here, everyone, we're really excited. Like I keep saying, we did have a little month off in June because there was a lot of Valorant action happening. We're back with the Academy, bringing it to you guys. I believe we're going to be moving forward every month from this point on. Don't uh, trust me on that one. That's I'm going to assume. Do you think that's correct, Delta?
I think so. The initial intention was to have these every month last time. I believe there was a bit of a mix up in times with the general Game Changer series. So they just decided, well, let's wait until this month to have it in full blast. So here we are back again, having both the Game Changers Academy happening every month, and then the Game Changers series happening, you know, not every month, but we're hoping to have those happen multiple times a year.
Yeah, those are kind of just coming up as they're able to organize those. So those are definitely very hype times when the VCT Game Changers series events can be happening. We're going to be having the academies every month, so make sure to head over to Galorants in the Discord server to join up if you're interested and you identify as a woman. I'm not sure if there's a maybe an exclamation mark Galorants in chat or socials or Discord. There's all the things. You can definitely try one of those and get the Discord link. Join on up. Would love to have you. And potentially, you want to be testing your hand at some competitive Valorant? Come on and do so. All ranks are welcome. So here we are. Our map here between these two, between Nothing to Lose versus 24 Haven. It's going to be on ICEBOX, Delta, Gompers. Let's get round number 2 started.
Yeah. So we pretty much hyped up those teams, Nothing to Lose and 24 Haven. And we're on Icebox. And let's see what the compositions are. With Icebox being out for several months now. The compositions have kind of been settled. Not too much experimentation going on, but with KO, the new addition, the new agent, things could be mixed up, and looks like we have that mix up indeed. So Bob will be playing the KO for Nothing to Lose on the attack, and Bob is going to
Like
serve
the
as a sub for Nothing to Lose. That name might be
Thing to
familiar
do,
to
like
you
you don't have.
because she plays on the very famous Sonics team, but she's come to help out her friends with Nothing to Lose for this map. And we do have the standard Viper Sage picks for Icebox. Those are very key agents for both the attack and the defense. And it looks like Sova and Jet will be on both teams as well. So the only really change between the teams is KO for Nothing to Lose and Arena for 24HAVEN. I love that pick because Reyna, with that dismiss ability, able to get through those tight corners, hop in on the A site and, dismiss away quite quick. So these are pretty good comps. I haven't seen KO much on this map, so there will be a lot to look forward to see what Bob can bring out for us.
Yeah, most definitely. 24HAVEN has more of a old school approach to this map. They are very their comp in general is like, stuff you'd normally see in a regular comp game, but bringing out that KO is definitely pretty new. I'm hoping to see some deadly stuff going on with KO there. Oh, but off the bat, Lana's gonna get up there, and she's gonna try to get a pick, but she just gets picked off, and Slandy getting caught in with 3 people. She has to back off here and kind of defend A site, waiting for the rotation to come down.
Yeah, that initial push from Lana was punishing, but they're able to make it onto the site quite clear, but 3 of them are waiting for that spike just to go down.
Landy's kind of stuck here with that wall. That wall covered up majority of her teammates. So she's playing a little bit solo here for this retake. Oh, but she gets a really nasty shot of Ariana. And she did get that Jet, and she gets another one off Bob. And another one off Starry. She's just going in. Oh, but Lemon shuts it down with a 2K. Taking 2 out, only being 3 health here, playing with Luna around the corner. Luna taking out Lemon. And taking out Marina, getting the spawn down. Will she get it? That's the question. It seems like she will. That's 1 point on the board for 24HAVEN.
1 point at 1 health. Wow, it could not get any closer, literally. Everyone went down, just up for her to clutch. She was able to do it quite well. I thought things were going, quite south for 24HAVEN. Lana was punished early on with that aggressive approach on the A site, making it quite clear for Nothing to Lose to get on, but able to clutch that out in the end. And Nothing to Lose will see pretty much a pistol, but Ari wanting to stick with that Marshall. So I wonder how she's going to plan to use this on the attack. We typically don't see those long range weapons on the attack side, but when they do come out, they can be quite deadly. And then 24HAVEN not going to do a full SMG buy because that economy was damaged from, again, having only 1 member left with 1 health.
They're kind of hailing this KO here. They're circling around him, giving him a little serenade, giving him KO powers. This is actually probably the most interesting thing I've seen all day. This is pretty amusing.
Yeah, so we are having a technical pause, but what better way to fill the time than to do a little summon and dancing, just doing things to keep things light, keep your fingers in check while we figure out what could be going on.
Like off the bat, having a really good pistol round for 24HAVEN. They seem like they know what they're doing. Being a brand new team and, playing together like that and having kind of that coordination to give yourself that retake is pretty huge, especially since, being in a team takes some time to kind of get, a good rounds in.
Yeah, but this is the perfect chance to figure that out. So Game Changers Academy is just a little bit lower stakes, but it is nonetheless still competitive. So you get the chance to try new things out with new players, figure out what composition works best for you, what group of ladies works best for the team so that you can progress to the Game Changer series and hopefully more tournaments after that as well.
We have our lovely observer giving us a beautiful view of the top of this building here. This would be a wonderful vacation spot if it were an actual place. Um Ironic actually, if you saw in the beginning, my camera, I was in ICEBOX,
You were.
if you hadn't noticed.
Was it
So
was it chilly?
it's very cold over here, to be honest with you. My computer's barely running straight. So, but
It's that cold. Wow. Froze the fans and everything.
kind
Yeah,
of
so
waiting here.
we do have a couple of technical difficulties actually coming aboard. So I don't know, maybe their internet is also freezing as well. Hopefully we'll be able to get everyone back online and bear through the cold weather. I myself am not a fan of the cold weather, but maybe just for a vacation.
All right, now having already sands, there you go, Bernina off the dot with that Marshall play. She was going to start off with a classic in the beginning, but I guess she did buy a Marshall in the end, but she's playing it very well.
Yeah, that Marshall trying to hold down the B site, trying to spam this wall, not able to stop the spike down, but have plenty of information so that the rotates are coming through.
Playing for post plant here, not really wanting to get too aggressive on the attack. Bernina watching that angle like a hawk, not letting anybody get out. Oh, and getting that defuse down with Bernina watching that angle with his Marshall, making it extremely hard for her and everybody else on nothing to lose. And Bernina with nasty play there, she really did her part holding that site.
Yeah, the Marshalls reign supreme. I know this has been a while back, but the Marshall's been made cheaper with, one of the last few patches, and so it's become a popular pick. So both teams getting, pretty good value out of the Marshall this early on. So we have 24HAVEN going to do a bit of a buy up, it seems, while Nothing to Lose will be doing a full-on rifle round onto the A site.
It seems like, Sage and Stove are going in for a flank on A site. But, it seems like the Viper's kind of watching. It's Landy getting out. Ari. But Lemon Oreo, taking out 24HAVEN one by one. They already have the site. They're going to get this spike down. With Viper trying to kind of flank in for go in for a flank on 24HAVEN's side. They're going to play a little bit of a post plant here, but it's going to be pretty hard with Viper utility blocking off their vision.
Yeah, you saw that wall come down, making it that much more difficult for this retake, but also not even the wall. You have Bob trying to come in, killing two members. All that's left is Luna Fox for this. At least able to get that out.
Wide swinging, but getting tagged off by that drone. Kind of her position's being given here. You got so many people watching that angle, and Starry Bun taking out Luna Fox, making it a 2v1. I mean, not a 2v1, sorry. A 2-1.
Yes, 2 to 1. So we are seeing one of the benefits of having a Sage on your team, why she's been a must pick. The Sage wall can be placed on many places, one being the way to pretty much close off mid, so you're able to stop the rotates, and then people will have to come back through spawn, and that's a very difficult entrance. So that's a very good use of the Sage for that last round. And Nothing to Lose, this time doing a bit slower approach. At least the KO is able to find one member with the knife. So they are approaching the B site at the moment, but having a lot of opposition at them at the B side.
Yeah, Lana and Slandy were playing there pretty close, but it seems like they're gonna try to get in. Gotta give a little push here. You know, Sova droned out, but he got a little bit of information. He knows this isn't the site to push. We're gonna rotate out, but Bob, making a little bit of noise to distract those few. The defenders are already kind of rotating. They're hovering over mid and B site, kind of waiting for a push, but they're not getting anything. You know, Sova Dart's going out, they're going in with it, and for Nina, it's just watching this angle, but getting walled off all the meanwhile.
And a Viper's Pit already coming out, and the retake that was already going to be difficult with the wall in place is just that much more difficult. Bob already on the flank trying to cut out those rotates.
Oh, Bob watching that angle, but Slandy getting that pick off Bob, going in for an aggressive flank. Oh, and Ariana taking out Lana through the smoke. You know, maybe getting a little bit of information, especially with her footsteps going on there. But Xiao trying to get in here with her Reyna Slandy here. She is not having a good time. Lemon Ori have 13 health, but they already have the spike exploding. Maybe took a little bit too long of a time on that flank there. They definitely could have retaken that site, but they had the correct thought in mind.
You know, trying to at least catch a few exit picks, but nothing to lose wasn't going to give it to them. So we are at a tied game. We do see full rifles on both sides. Both, you know, haven't had too much difficulties with their economy because, again, we're at a tied game. I do like what I see so far with nothing to lose in their approach. They have been mixing it up with that fake they pretty much did the last round. So this time going to the B site, but you don't know if that's the site they're going to end up going to.
No, everyone on 24HAVEN is going for a flank here. You know, you got your Sova and your Viper on 24, kind of going defending site. They're going through spawn, but then you have Sage watching the flank there. They're already kind of on site. They've got the site on lockdown, especially since they kind of blocked their vision on 24HAVEN side. Oh, but Bob's gonna take off Xiao. You know, they tried to get that flank in, but they just couldn't by themselves. They took that 1v1 fight, and it didn't work for them. And as we go on here, we have Ariana getting another kill out of that smoke. She's a smoke monster, but Slandy getting aggressive in there. And, you know, getting one, but then also getting taken out by Starry. But, you know, she did get aggressive. It would have worked if maybe she had, you know, played a little bit far back, not gone into a group of like 4 people and gotten taken out. But, you know, 3 points on the board for nothing to lose.
Yes, and we see how KO is a great agent. So Bob able to pop that ultimate, making it that much more difficult for 24HAVEN to try to do the retake. So the ultimate pretty much nullifying all the abilities. Although we did see Luna Fox pop that Hunter's Fury from a far enough distance that, you know, was safe enough and able to still pop it off. Didn't have much impact, but it didn't help with that retake. So another point on the board for nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. You know, Ari getting up there very aggressively, getting that space, taking the site, but right there, Luna's kind of watching, waiting for the perfect moment to get a pick off. Although Marina's trying to get these picks off of flank, they're kind of watching there, and Bob's going to help her out. He's not going to let her take this on solo. He gets one, but for Nina with the 3K, taking out Bob, and she is just on fire. With Starry Bun taking out another, but for Nina, you know, I have high hopes for her because she has been having the best day of her life today with her shots.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that crossfire definitely was going to make it difficult to do the retake, but nothing to lose was fortunately able to overcome that flank. So we have seen the last 2 rounds 24 Haven coming up mid. And, sometimes it would be a great approach, but Nothing to Lose has had such great awareness of being mindful of these flanks. So we see Bob, keeping an eye on things, making sure the flank doesn't come back to bite them. So we'll have to see if 24 Haven decides to mix up how aggressive they're being on this defensive half.
Ariana's just an aggressive player getting into that smoke, not caring who's there. Oh, and she did get a little bit of damage off on Vernina, but she was not expecting her to be there, which was very, very harsh. Starybun taking out Slandy, making it a 4v4 for the attacking side.
Lana on this operator, keeping an eye on the site, and making it quite deadly, though unable to get that pick, so they will be able to get the spike down if this Molly doesn't get in the way.
That Viper wall is very interesting. So Lana's kind of watching this angle with this op here. She might be able to get a pick or two, but this wall is always, obstructing, their view and their push. It's hard for them to be able to retake with a wall like that. We have the Hunter's Fury coming out for the attacker side, and he didn't get anyone out, but maybe just a little bit of information there. Lemon Oreo with a shock dart that hit the wall. Interesting shock dart here, but Sage is gonna put down that wall on 24 Haven side and get this defuse down, but she can't because she sits in that molly by Bob and just can't get the plant down. She can't get the defuse.
That was a beautiful play, though, from Nothing to Lose. So you can see the KO having its value for sure, because you have so much post-plant utility available. So the KO Molly, as well as the snake bite from Viper. And you mentioned that wall that's so impactful for denying the ease of a retake. And with 24 Haven not really having flashes to be able to overcome that, these retakes have been that much more difficult.
Here we see Vernina pulling out a Marshall once again. We've seen how deadly Vernina can be with a Marshall, and I want to see it again. She's very good at holding her sight, especially since, she has her smokes down. She has the obstruction of view. Ariana, once again, getting aggressive up here. Let's see if she can actually, get this fight against Vernina and win it.
24 Haven attempting to pinch Nothing to Lose while they're approaching the B site, but again, having mindfulness of this flank.
Ariana winning that fight, +2, and Slandy getting that pick off Ariana, not allowing her to get another one. 2v3 situation right here for Nothing to Lose and 24 Haven. Although it's looking a little rough, especially when Lana gets taken out by Bob with that headshot. Slandy having to fend for herself. She's kind of watching this angle. Oh, and Bob here, she's there and taking her out. Bob getting that pick off Slandy. 2 and 6. That is huge.
Wow. Yeah, these retakes are just so difficult. Again, with their composition, not having that flash available or something like a paranoia to be able to get onto site. It just makes things that much more difficult. Have to be a little bit more creative in how you approach these retakes. So it seems like with all that, they're trying to be creative. They're taking this time out to try to think things through, to talk, to figure out the best way to fight Nothing to Lose on these retakes, because you don't want them to run away with the map. So I like that this timeout is pretty early on before things get out of hand.
Yeah, it's really hard. They're gonna have to figure out a way. Not, 24 Haven's gonna have to figure out a way to be able to retake the site with the amount of utility that Nothing to Lose is using. They're gonna have to figure out a way to kind of destroy that wall or get past it. And because that's the hardest part, pushing past that wall on a site and getting that site so that they can fully retake. But the people are watching every angle, and I'm hoping that they'll figure out who to put on what site, and just better retakes in general.
Yeah, I mean, I do like what I'm seeing from 24 Haven. It hasn't been working out too well, but they have been aggressive, trying to push Nothing to Lose. And, it would be great if they're able to pick off the Viper. You know, that's the utility that they won't be able to use down the line. But if they get picked off themselves, not gonna work too well, but at least Slandy able to get one pick.
Slandy getting that pick off, but body blocked by her own. You know, I think the Jet was body blocked. Yes, she was by Slandy there, and she kind of got killed in that moment. But Slandy having that vision on Bob's head. Oh, they're getting very aggressive here, and Luna's able to take one, but not take two. Bob taking out Luna Fox with Chow coming into the rescue. Although we've seen it before, Bob is just on a roll. Starry Bun using her roll to defend herself, but not really getting anything here. 2v2 with Reyna popping out the Empress. You know, hopefully she's able to get something out of this.
Yeah, but we have Silva, you know, this dart able to block the plant, the Viper able to block the defuse, and yeah, time is ticking.
They have it halfway, but those Viper utility is just so aggravating. Slandy with the 3K and getting taken out by Marina with her Molly. That is aggravating. You know, they finally got that retake and that Molly just destroyed it for them.
That's painful. The Silva dart, the Viper snake bite, and then KO. Like, you just have that many more options. Even if one of the players goes down, you still have the ability to defend that spike. And what we were talking about earlier, trying to be creative to do these retakes. Then you have Bob popping off the ult, pretty much denying any use of the utility to try to do the retake. So the options are quite limited for 24HAVEN.
Oh, a flash going out. A shot dart going out. He got that drone and he did get that information. So now they know they are coming to be site. They're going to get this plant down. Although Luna is going to bring out her Hunter's Fury and get a pick off Marina. That was huge on her part because now it's a 4v2 situation and they can get their third point on the board here.
Spike able to go down. Like you said, 24HAVEN is in the advantage, and there is a resurrection available if they need to go back and increase the numbers. So I'm liking this advantage.
Bob taking out one. Not taking out two. That was very close. I think, you know, the shots weren't lining up, which was very a little bit upsetting. But Lemon taking out Luna Fox, leaving her and the Reyna, Slandy. But Slandy getting that rotate, kind of playing a little bit of ring around the rosy with Lemon there, and she wins that. Will she get the defuse? And she does! She gets the defuse for the defender side, making it a 3v7. A 3v7, a 3-2-7, sorry.
That was awfully close, though. My goodness, 24HAVEN, by the skin of their teeth, at least able to put one more round down for this map. But not able to put too much of a dent for nothing to lose. They're still pretty, you know, full with their wallets, not having any difficulties with buying up. Looks like Ari will be choosing to use the knives as she's not buying, but they also have the Viper's Pit and Hunter's Fury available. I do like what I'm seeing from Hunter's Fury from 24HAVEN, but they're gonna have to do a little bit more if they want to close this gap.
Nina putting down a pretty deadly smoke. They're gonna have to play around it. They're gonna have to use a lot of utility. Already a Silva drone going in, trying to get that information, but Lana utilizing the smoke and getting that pick off of the Sage. Nina's kind of sitting up here waiting, but you know, it seems like they're a little wary. They don't want to push the site. That Viper smoke's very deadly. It's obstructing everything, and they just don't think it's the right go.
Yeah, they're, like you said, a bit weary of it, and 24HAVEN has the number, so they're spreading it out to make it that much more difficult to do the rotate and go onto the B site. But Ari has the knives out, so definitely have to be careful.
Oh, and Ariana almost losing that fight against Lana, but she ends up taking her out, and they're just gonna go A side anyway. They just went around the whole entire map to go there. Vernina's a little scared here, you know. Left. She hears all these people, but where are my teammates?
Yeah, she's pretty much alone in the Viper's Pit right now, surrounded by the enemies. Hopefully that Snakebite will be able to catch someone out, but now the Viper's Pit is being used against them, pretty much.
Renina's gonna have to figure a way out of here. She did get a little bit of damage off of that jet on the attacker's side. Ariana getting a 3K and a 4K for the team. You know, securing that round regardless of Viper Pit.
Last round.
Oh
in
yeah,
the half.
the Viper's Pit was a good play, but again, they pretty much didn't care, nothing to lose, just decided to go on the site anyway, and decided to make use of it themselves. So the obstructive vision making the retake that much more difficult, and the chaos RA was able to thrive on there and able to get that 4K down, able to stretch that lead even further, so that 24HAVEN having a bit of a frazzled by, it seems.
They are gonna have to play a save round here for nothing to, not nothing, yeah, 24HAVEN, sorry. 24HAVEN's gonna have to be a little bit of a save round here, you know, 3 and 8, pretty hard on the economy for them. They're gonna have to play this way safer than normal, but they do have the utility to give them the information to get a couple picks off on the site, but they already have the site. Nothing to lose. It's already getting the spike down, but Luna Fox canceling that spikes. But Viper kind of getting it back down there. Marina. Ariana's waiting inside of that Viper Pit, waiting for a little bit of a push, but, you know, playing a save round with the Viper's Pit's probably not the best place I want to be, but it seems like they're already getting all these picks off with this Viper Pit. It's very unfortunate for 24HAVEN. They just can't do anything about it. They don't have the guns to do anything, and Ariana with the 4K taking out Slandy. 9 points on the board.
Switching sides.
The second 4K. Oh my goodness. I think Ari on Arcus is just trying to compete with Bob at the moment, being pretty much the top fraggers in this lobby. And with that, Bob is just able to farm those ultimates. And when you're able to pop an ultimate, the team is having that much more difficulty with retakes. So they were playing that attacking half just beautifully. And I am curious to see what tricks they have up their sleeve for the defense, because 24HAVEN is going to have to be able to figure it out if they want to close the gap.
Most definitely. Marina's going to put a Viper wall down B site, but, you know, they are going to have a slit push. They leave bomb and spawn, maybe getting either playing a little default. They're trying to get a pick off to see what site can we push. How many people are on site, first of all. But they're getting pretty aggressive here. With, take Bob, taking out Luna! You know, not giving them, you know, any indication that they can push that site. They're gonna have to rotate to B site, because they know there's 3 on A. They cannot take that site by themselves. They're gonna have to go B and take this site, as it's already free.
Yeah, but you have the wall up, and Mari already on the site. They hear the things, they hear the spike going down, so the rotate's already coming through. So they have plenty of time if they want to do a retake.
Ariana going for a flag here, but she's kind of thunderfooting it. She's giving the information to Xiao, and she knows that she's there! And she's 22 health, and she's gonna have to back out of here. She's not gonna fight that. She's not gonna risk the death for her teammates. Oh, now it's just a aim showdown at this point. Viper smokes are up.
Last player standing.
Xiao having to play by herself, getting taken out by Bob. Just very unfortunate event.
Okay, pistol round going to nothing to lose, and it, you know, this is pretty scary, because when you win the pistol round, you know, things can start to snowball in your direction a little bit further. 24HAVEN, I did like what I saw. They were able to get the spike down, but with Mariana on the B side, and then with the wall up, they were able to have a retake and a fairly quick rotate. So yeah, things are looking a bit dim for 24HAVEN.
Ayo was trying to get a disable there. to kind of disable them so they wouldn't get any utility down. But they do have their utility. They're just waiting to see, to hear even. Vernina jiggle peeking that angle like the goddess that she is. Xiao trying to get a pick off. Ariana's going to have to step back here. She can't peek this. They have too many people, you know, giving into this angle. Oh, the Starry Pun's going to get one, and so is Ari. You know, Luna's having a hard time there with Bob, taking her out. You know, 2v4 right now, a 1v3. Oh, and Xiao is just in a difficult position.
No.
Sorry, I'm getting met by Xiao. She tried and she could not get it. Xiao, 1 health. You know, wow. That was just a wow.
That's not the way you want to go. Just a little bit of time to regroup. Xiao has a heal
30
coming up.
seconds left.
She's gonna need it because 1 health is not where you want to be. There's plenty of time to get to the B site, but you have Sova and Viper available and, you know, get that information or set up a crossfire. So Xiao's gonna have to be a little bit more
No charges
creative
left. 10
to
seconds
figure
left.
out how to win this 1v2.
She did get her heal down, so maybe that's just what she was waiting for, you know. So now she's 61 health instead of 1, which is a huge difference. Although it does seem like she is playing with Spectres here, so at this point, it's an aim battle for sure. And Sova with his lineups, trying to get some information, but Xiao is just 1 step ahead. She's kind of hiding here, listening in. And they're right there, and she knows it.
Oh.
But Marina ready for Xiao to wide swing that angle, taking her out, leaving it to be a 3-11.
Yep, and inching that much closer to match point. Yeah, 24HAVEN was definitely not able to punish Nothing to Lose in the same way it was with the previous half. So we saw 24HAVEN, when they were on defense, pushing the A site and getting punished, but this time Nothing to Lose was able to do that, and all the members fell, leaving Xiao to fend for herself. So unfortunately they weren't able to respond to that. And Nothing to Lose, though, they're planning to not do a full buy. They know that match point is coming up ever so closely, so to make sure that their economy is in a healthy place as they are going to try to clutch this map.
Yeah, and Ariana having a showdown here. She sees her, she gets some, just not enough to the point where, you know, she takes her down. So she's gonna back up here, getting a heal from that Sage. Sage is already trying to give that heal to Nothing to Lose. But seems like here they're kind of wavering between B. They're already kind of on site. They're gonna get this bomb down, gonna get that wall down. They're gonna have to play a retake here, but Luna taking that Surrey bunch. You saw her, and you know that one shot was clean. And now they're gonna play this post plan here. It seems like they do have lineups that they're setting up for. You know, they're gonna have to retake and play it a little smart. Especially with all of this stuff going on, but Ari taking out Lana. Ari taking out another with Marina. Having that 2K and Vernina having these lineups. But she's not just gonna get it enough. She didn't get it close enough to the spike, so she was able to get that defuse. Oreo taking out Vernina after that 3K. That was, you know, 12-3.
Vernina, she tried to hold it out for her team, so you saw her making noise on the A site, able to make enough pressure so that the B site was a little bit clearer. But with those Viper walls, it's just so much more difficult to maintain your post-plant position. They could barely see the spike. They couldn't see what was going on, what Nothing to Lose's plans were for the retake. And so here we are at match point.
Getting aggressive here with her team. They're not waiting for a push. They are gonna push. They're gonna get up there, hopefully get a pick or two, but they're not all there. They're kind of scattered, trying to get picks, you know, anywhere that they can, really. Viper is the one who has the bomb, and she's already playing B site. But 24HAVEN, Slandy, she's gonna stay in kitchen a little bit, but she does get spotted by Bob. Bob, he does have that flash and that molly, so he could kind of dismember the team right now. You know.
Oh.
Oh, but
Oh.
Ariana's gonna jump on Slandy and give her a piece of those knives.
Yeah, 24HAVEN trying to punish Nothing to Lose's aggression, but unfortunately not able to do so. But 24HAVEN able to get on the site, but we already see so many members suppressed, and the spike still hasn't gone down.
Spike going down right now. Vernina able to get the spike down. Xiao has that res, which she can totally utilize right now. You know, they're kind of sitting in that corner next to Xiao, but is she gonna do it? No, she's not. Luna Fox taking out Starry Bun. Yeah, although Lemon Oreo taking out Xiao. They're gonna get a couple trades here, but in the end, it seems like Bob, she's gonna have to defend. You know, she's gonna have to try to get this retake here inside of this smoke, but her health is going down one by one, little by little, and Bernina hearing those footsteps off of Bob. It helped her in the end. She heard what was going on, and she utilized that.
Yeah, the Viper's Pit in the last few rounds for 24HAVEN have been, you know, a bit of a double-edged sword, but in this case working quite well because Bob was unable to figure out the best place to kind of, well, find the spike and then figure out how to battle with a 1v2. So, able to stay in it for one more round. They do have a res available and full rifles and able to face Nothing to Lose, which is doing a save round. So they might be able to clutch one more round to stay in this map.
Marina and... Oh my god, Marina and Reyna are having a little bit of a romantic evening here. Oh, and they just met. Their blind date was over, but Slandy didn't like it. She took out Marina. You gotta go. And in the end, leaving. No more smokes on the defending side. So they're gonna have to play a little bit more safe here, but they do have those tail blinds and that Sova dart. But Lana's gonna go in and take out 2 for the team. They're not gonna let them win. They don't want them to get that 13 on the board. Xiao trying to get this flank, and Starybun's just playing around with her emotions, but Xiao is just not having it today. Bernina taking out Lemon, 5 points on the board.
Bernina's not playing around. She knows how important these rounds are, and fortunately they were able to get the plant and also able to take the, well, essentially take the save round that Nothing to Lose was doing. It would have been quite painful if they weren't able to win that. So Nothing to Lose now with their, while it's a little more protected, they're able to buy rifles. But look at all of the ultimates online for 24HAVEN. This is not going to be an easy round. They're not going down without a fight.
Oh, Slandy on another blind date with Bob here, but Starybun coming in for the take, but she does not take anything except Bob taking out Slandy. And Lana taking out Bob. She was there for the trade. You know, they do play together, but they you know, even though they were together there on the defender's side, they kind of did take those 1v1s and not really peek together. So that kind of led them down to their demise. But right here, they already have this site. They're gonna get that spike down, not behind the wall. Get over it. You know, just putting that wall there for reassurance. But Oriana, thinking she's spamming through box, she ends up getting Xiao instead, which works out in the end. Lana's gonna have to get the spike down for the defending side team. No, the enemy side. Sorry, attacking. But it's already a 3v1. Marina taking out 1. But they're not gonna let her have it. They really want to win this game, and you know, this can be their. They can bring it to half. And they did 6 and 12. 6 more rounds, but as it's looking right now, they're not losing any.
Oh yeah, they've been able to string the last 3 rounds together. This is the first set of 3 that we've seen from 24HAVEN. And yeah, they were punished a little bit at the beginning of the round by Bob. They weren't checking for multiple members, but since they had so many ultimates available, like the res, they were able to, you know, band-aid that mistake real quick and make it clean onto the B site. And this time, It looks like they might be heading towards the A, but nothing to lose. Wants to finish this up. Look at them run down mid.
They're kind of Campbell stacking mid here. They don't even know what's going on. They have info. One, but taken out. Vernina trying to get these picks off, but she just can't hold it in. And 3v3 right here. You know, KO has a little bit of health there, but Lemon Oreo's gonna use that ultimate. Two Hunter's Fury's coming out, but is she gonna get that pick off Luna? Lemon Oreo getting taken off by Luna instead. Wow, they're gonna bring this up to 7-12, and KO, you know, only having that little bit of health left. He does have his utility to dismember the team and, you know, give them a little bit of a flash or two, but he has a Sheriff, and they have Vandals. And it didn't work out in the end for Bob. She tried, but that Sheriff there wasn't gonna help her situation.
Yeah, that gamble down mid, it started to work out, but then they were punished. You could tell that 24HAVEN is starting to get a read on them. They had pretty much had presence back in spawn to try to respond to any aggression. You saw Chow pretty much still back in the spawn site, trying to punish anyone who's trying to come down mid, and able to do that successfully. So we're still being held at this match point. And yeah, nothing to lose. Do have two ultimates available. We have seen them use KO's ultimate quite successfully in the attacking half. Not so much on the defense.
Luna's getting a drone out. Nothing is there. No one is watching, but they just don't know that they're sitting a little bit further back. They do have this Viper wall obstructing their view, but you know, will they push in? I've seen it before. You know, Lana's gonna get in here. She's gonna get aggressive. She is the duelist that, you know, we love to see. She's up there. She's getting greedy, and she's also playing with the team pretty smart here. They're gonna play for a retake, but they already have that bomb down. They're playing far back, and they're just kind of waiting for the defuse, playing for that bomb.
Yeah, they already had a sense that the B site was going to be the play because we saw a knife coming out from Bob, pretty much trying to clear out presence on the A site.
Lana getting spotted by the Sova Dart. You know, not giving her a chance to reposition herself. But Ari getting in with the 3K. She's closing it down. She's not letting anybody take it away. But Slandy fighting for the last little bit that she had, and they just lost it. They fought a really good fight on the attacker side. You know, 24HAVEN, they really brought it back as much as they could.
Yeah, that was very impressive, trying to bring it back. We thought Nothing to Lose was going to run away with things, but they held it in there, trying to counter that those knives from Ari, able to get multiple 4Ks, multi-kills, and that was pretty much very scary to deal with on both the attack and the defense. So that was our second map for the group series, and we'll be catching a third map of the group stages to figure out who goes on to playoffs when we come back.